Sidney, stick around for a moment. We want to get your take on this next story. And it's about that compound in New Mexico. A judge there has agreed to release the 5 people running that makeshift compound. 11 starving, filthy children were discovered there, along with the remains of a young boy. The suspects arrested on child abuse charges were allegedly training the children to carry out school shootings. A number of weapons were found in the compound. They have now been released on a $20,000 bond each in order to wear ankle monitors until their trial. That decision has prompted widespread outrage. All right, let's turn back to former federal prosecutor Sidney Powell. And Sidney, as we mentioned, this compound was being used to reportedly train kids to commit school shootings. These are possible Islamic terror suspects. At the very least, these are clearly child abusers, given the filthy conditions that the kids were kept in and the fact that a child's body was found. How is it that the defendants were released on bail and deemed to be not a threat to the community?
I cannot imagine how that happened other than an absolutely incompetent judge made that ruling. It's Judge Bacchus in New Mexico, a state court elected judge who should either be impeached immediately or removed by office otherwise by whatever means are available under New Mexico law, because that decision is beyond the pale. Not only was a dead child found in the compound, but these people are intent on hurting others in the United States. And for her to have released them makes no sense whatsoever. There's an obvious danger to the community. The child's body was found in a tunnel underneath the compound, which they would have had to have dug. And there's another witness that said the main defendant was trying to perform some sort of exorcism on the child when the child died. It's unfathomable that she cannot see these people are a danger to the community, which is the standard for denying bail pending appeal. Any idiot can see that.
Yeah, many are baffled by that. That judge, Sarah Bacchus, an elected Democrat, she did order the suspects to wear ankle monitors, but she released them on signature bond, meaning they didn't actually have to post any money to be released. Correct me if I'm wrong. How often is this applied to suspects of a violent crime, not even having to post money?
It's not very often done this way, and I cannot imagine why she chose to do it in these particular circumstances. There were 11 children whose lives were reduced to nothing every day, who were the subject of this abuse and neglect, intolerable human cruelty. I don't even have words for it. It's so outrageous.
Sidney, the prosecutors say that police recovered not only weapons, but a CD on how to build an untraceable and a manual on combat training. Now, the defense attorneys argue that the prosecutors were trying to unjustly paint their clients as armed militants. They also argue that the rifles and the handguns found on the property were common guns that could just be bought at retail stores. What do you make of the defense's case?
It doesn't matter a whit whether the guns are common or uncommon. These people were armed to the hilt. They were training children to shoot and to kill. They were abusing children. They probably murdered a child. I cannot imagine what more evidence any rational juror or judge would need to find these people are a threat to the community. She completely abdicated her responsibility to the citizens of New Mexico when she allowed them to be released.
All right, Sidney, thank you so much. Sidney Powell, appreciate your analysis.